something important with you from Africa Muslims Agency, and it is their Johannesburg inaugural Golf Day. This is happening 19th April, this coming Sunday, at the Royal Johannesburg Golf Course. And the entry will include green fees, halfway house supper, and also a goodie bag. It's, as always, Africa Muslims agencies are always doing fundraisers, and we do know that the funds will go to a very, very worthy cause. And I do know that this time around they're targeting a school in the south of Johannesburg. It's a school of excellence. The name just escapes me for now, but I do know that they are going to be handing over the funds for the school in the south of Joburg. So if you are a golfer, or if you're just wanting a pleasant day out, then that's where you want to head to. The Africa Muslim Agency's Johannesburg inaugural Golf Day at the Royal Johannesburg Golf Course. And for more information regarding registration, booking, etc., you can call Mohammed Tahir on 083 293 0504, or you can go to the Africa Muslims Agency's website and then find his details there and connect up with him. We're definitely now hooking up with dearest Fatima Talia. Assalamu alaikum to you. Welcome to the program. Lovely to be talking to you again. And isn't it amazing? I mean, you live not too far away from me here in Johannesburg, but I'm having to hook up with you all the way down in Durban via Zoom or StreamYard.
Absolutely. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you for inviting me. And yeah, it's a overcast day here in Durban, but it's all good. Alhamdulillah.
Okay, great. And that just also talks to us directly about the busyness of our lives. And we're all rushing around talking about just how hectic and how busy life is. But I think if we do make a concerted effort, then we can find the time, and we can and must make the time to connect with people who matter to us.
Absolutely. So in my case, it's not so much that I'm very busy, but I love to find things which are fulfilling to me. And of course, one of the things that are very fulfilling to me at this point in my life is the Transformational Life Coaching Program. And, you know, you can't like leave your coaching at home and come on holiday. It comes with you wherever you go. And so I love doing it. I had this day free in between all the other days that we're doing, the quiet time and the bonding time and so on. So yeah, this is why it's all happening in Durban tomorrow, inshallah.
MashaAllah, that's absolutely wonderful. And you are going to give us all of the details in a minute or two. You talk about bonding, you talk about connecting, you talk about this journey that you've embarked on as a transformational life coach, and that's not the only thing you're involved in. I know that you're very passionate about education, and also you are an author. But these type of journeys become such a huge part of our lives. We can never go back to whom or who we were pre-embarking on a journey like this. And just before we dive into the questions regarding this transformational life coaching, is how different is this? Because I've heard about cognitive behavioral therapy, and oftentimes I've been told that if you go on a training course, on a CBT training course, you can have the most amazing shift in your life. So how different are the two concepts, Fatima?
In my case, in my coaching, it's integrated. So I do the NLP and the CBT as well. So it's all integrated into my transformational life coaching. A lot depends on the client on the other side. Who am I dealing with? What can they and can't they change without the NLP? Well, NLP is part of it anyway. And the CBT, if they need it, it's so very easy to incorporate it. So it doesn't have to be, well, in my case, it's not a standalone therapy that we use. It is part and parcel of the coaching that I do.
The difference, I know you mentioned something about NLP a minute ago, but what would you say is the difference between the two methodologies?
The difference would be with NLP, that's the neuro linguistic programming. So it's all about what you tell them and how they absorb and process whatever it is that you've said to them. And just with that, people can make the changes that they're looking for in their lives. With the CBT, it is tying it into other routines that you have. And many times that makes it much easier for them. I also teach them about anchor points. And if they focus on the anchor point, then they're easily able to focus on the next step forward, which keeps them from being in their mind all the time. So it's slightly different, but they both work. They work wonderfully well.
And you integrate them both in your transformational training sessions.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, so if I believe I want to shift a change, a major change in my life, I feel I'm stuck, and I feel I need to start doing things differently, almost, wanting to reinvent myself, perhaps, just so that people respond to me more positively. Will a coaching session or will a course, if I come if I attend a course with you, number one, how long does the course actually take, and how soon can I hope to see results? And I know you're going to say, Julie, that depends on you, how you embrace it, and how, you kind of start, you know, uh, kind of almost exercising it in your daily life.
Yes, everything does depend on the client's own willingness to change. So the implementation has got to come from the client. I give you all the tools that you need to change, but you have to have that 100% commitment to change, and that's when the magic happens. Now, again, I normally tell my clients as well. I just use this as an analogy. You can't go to gym once or twice and then expect that results to last the whole year. That's never going to work. This is the reason my coaching program works over a 6-week period. So actually 7 weeks in total. The first week, I do the introductory session. So I get to understand the client. The client sees what I'm all about. So we do the rapport there. And then I tailor the program for my client because each one has different and specific needs. And then over the 6-week period, you feel the transformation happening already. And if you continue with it, that is it. It is in you. You're good to go. So you have a new version of Julie. And of course, you stop, and then you can go back to who you were before the version 2.0.
All right. So you talk about giving me the tools.
Yes.
So for some reason, if I lapse into my old behaviors and I kind of run, with that old behavioral pattern of mine, and I notice that I'm getting lots of negative responses from the people around me, how easy is it to switch back into CBT or NLP mode? Because you have indicated you give your clients the tools. Are those tools that you give to me, would those be tools available to me for life? Are they locked in here? And do you give, obviously, hand notes, etc.?
Yeah, so it's all of those. What happens is for all my sessions, my clients have to have their notebook. So that is their coaching notebook, because you will, from time to time, you might forget something and then you need to refer to your notes. So you can refer to your notes. When it comes to the CBT, I can give you anchor points. Depending on, like now, the anchor points, I would use it. I'm going to give you an example. For a very anxious person. So every time you recognize the anxiety coming up, then I give you an anchor point, and then if you do that, it becomes second nature to you. You're not going to be referring to your notes. You're just going to be pressing your anchor points. You'll understand, and it's going to calm you. You'll know what to do, the steps to follow, and then you would be in the right space that you're wanting to be in, based on what we've spoken about and the healing that has come in for you.
Okay, we are going for an ad break. And when we come back, I've got some very interesting questions for you. And then we can also talk about is there still room for people in Durban to join your workshop tomorrow? But all of that, and right after the ad break, it is exactly 16 after 11 o'clock. This is the Mid-Morning Show with me, Julie Ali.
When the perfect blend of stylish decor, exquisite halal cuisine, and warm hospitality come together, it could only mean Albeit Lodge, your true home away from home. Albeit is the ideal heaven for families, business people, and tourists with its 4-star family rooms and other luxurious facilities. Conveniently situated close to Port Elizabeth Airport, the beach, and other amenities, your stay will be truly unforgettable as you'll be taking home lasting memories of the warm hospitality, the serenity and tranquility that Albeit has to offer. For reservations, call 041 583 6415 or visit www.albeitlodge.co.za.
Yasin Badat Financial Advisory. Are your financial goals feeling out of reach? Yasin Badat Financial Advisory is here to turn your aspirations into achievements. Our dedicated team, armed with a history of success, is ready to guide you through the complex nature of financial and investment planning. Whether you're a seasoned investor or new to the game, our personalized solutions cater to your unique goals and risk appetite. Trust in our commitment to transparency, integrity, and excellence. Ready to unlock a world of financial freedom? Partner with us today. Call Yasin Badat Financial Advisory at +27 33 346 2071 or visit www.yasinbadat.com. Yasin Badat Financial Advisory, guiding you to financial success.
Hey, Gulam.
Yeah?
Did I return your lawnmower last month?
No, bye, you didn't.
Oh, no. Now what'll I do? I wanted to borrow it again, man.
With Rendry Jewelers, you won't have to borrow or lend because the prices are so well trimmed on all gold and diamond jewelry. Alternatively, we could remake your old jewelry into a brilliant new design. Visit Rendry Jewelers at 151 Stevens Lamini Road, Musgrave, Durban. Rendry Jewelers, the family name you can trust.
For too many communities across Africa and the world, access to clean water remains a dream. At African Muslims Agency, we dig deep, reaching into the heart of the earth to fill the cups of those in need. Sponsor a water well for only 16,500 Rand or a borehole for 65,000 Rand in Africa or Afghanistan. With water comes food, health, education, and growth. Give water, give life with Africa Muslims Agency.
Rejuvenating media day by day. This is Salam Media.
It's 19 after 11 o'clock. My guest is Fatima Talia, and she's talking about practical mindful parenting in today's world. She is a transformational life coach and an author. You are currently in Durban, Fatima, and you holding a workshop tomorrow. Tell us a little more about it. Is it going to be dealing with what you and I are going to talk about or something different?
Well, we're going to be talking about, we're going to be talking about the mindful parenting and grandparenting workshop because parents today are a bit overwhelmed in terms of parenting their children. The children's needs have changed so much, and the parents don't have too many tools with themselves where they can make this a more pleasant journey. And I'm here to tell them how they can do it differently so that they can enjoy the different stages in their children's lives, and also the impact and effect of what we do and how we do it at every stage of the child's life. The growth period. So it's quite an interesting one. It's very interactive as well. The parents can ask me the questions that they need to ask, whatever pertains to them. So it's not like a general thing where you'd go home and with unanswered questions. And then, of course, I'll also delve a little into the grandparents' role in the grandchildren's lives, how we can make it easier for the children so that they understand. Because what we don't want is a conflicted child. So if the grandparents are doing something completely opposed to what the children are doing, then that creates a confused child, a conflicted child. And we don't want to do that. And also, that doesn't work well then for the relationship between the grandparent and the children. So it works brilliantly for the grandchildren to get all these extra treats and whatever allowances and so on from the grandparents, but it doesn't work well for the parents of those children.
So, where is the workshop actually happening tomorrow? Is there still time for people to register, and how long is it going to run for?
So, the workshop is happening tomorrow at Al Ansar Conference Center. The bookings have got to be done via me so that I know how many participants are going to be there. So in my ad, you will see that there's a morning and an afternoon session. But I see the response for the afternoon session is not going so well. So I will not be doing the afternoon session. We'll be doing all of it in the morning only. For some reason, I'm not so sure is it the timing or what, but the bookings are not coming in as they usually do. So, anyways, the Durban people can answer best in terms of that question.
Okay, there's still time. You might just get a whole barrage of bookings for the afternoon sessions. Let's dig into an overview of what what the sessions will kind of look like tomorrow. So I'm sure one of the questions will be, how do you define mindful parenting, and how does it differ from traditional parenting approaches?
So traditional approaches is going to be what you grew up with. So whatever style your parents chose for you, you'll end up passing that on to the children, and that may not work. 9 out of 10 times it doesn't work because that era doesn't exist anymore. How we were brought up, those times have changed completely to the current times here, and the parents just need to know how to adapt to the new era, the new age that we are living in, this digital age, and how to navigate themselves and their children around the dangers of the digital age. And so all of this then falls under mindful, because you're quite mindful then of how you parent, what you say, and the results that you will be getting from being a mindful parent, as opposed to just running with it. Because the fact is, nobody gives us any, we get parenting advice, a whole host of advice, particularly when the babies are small. But beyond that, we don't get the advice that we really need for our children in this day and age. And we've got to connect Islam with what is going on all around us. So we've got to work within the framework of Islam. And some of the parents find it difficult because the children think that there's a big disconnect between Islam and what it is that they want to do. And yet you can integrate both.
So I've had a few calls, messages coming through whilst we were in conversation. Someone's asking, and I'm going to give you all three questions at the same time. Someone's asking, how long is the workshop going to run for? Number two, the cost of the workshop. And number three, is it an all ladies workshop only, or can mom and dad attend together?
Okay, so the first one, it's a 2-hour workshop. I'm going to I will try to finish doing the theory part of it in 1.5 hours. And then the half an hour will be for the interactive part of the session, which parents find very, very helpful. And I'm very happy to accommodate them. The second part of your question is that it's absolutely free. It is something that I'm going to give back to the community. This is what I wanted to do. I wanted to give back something to the community. So I didn't want to charge them for coming through for such an important, and it's a beautiful skill to acquire. And I wanted to give it to them as something that's from me to them, a gift from me to them. And lastly, if Al Ansar allows both parents, that would be super. I'm not stopping anyone. Thus far, I haven't gotten any queries where can the males attend, yes or no. I would love it if the men do come, because parenting is a dual responsibility. So there are things that the fathers and mothers do, but they have to be in it together. It's not a responsibility only for the mums, and that comes and that falls within the framework of Islam as well. So we want the fathers to come, but they're probably working, so they might not come.
Subhanallah, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept from you. And please shout out to me when you're running a similar transformational workshop here in Johannesburg. I certainly will attend and I'll pass the word around. We're going to have to wrap up in about 5 minutes' time. The important question is, what are the most common reactive patterns you see in parents and grandparents that negatively affect the children?
So generally, as I mentioned, it's the type of parenting that you had that you're going to enact on that on your kids. And if you don't understand the parenting style that you had from your parents, you're not going to understand very well how you're parenting as a child. So the parenting style is very, very important. For you to know and be aware of is what parenting style are you using and which is the best parenting style to use currently, so that we can get through to the children in a different way. And we yell less at them because we tend to shout a lot at them. We make them anxious. If we feel we are perfectionists, we want them to be perfectionists as well, and that raises their stress and anxiety levels, and that impacts on their academic performance. So it's all linked to each other. And if we can just clear it up from the very beginning, if we can just be totally aware of the different things that we need to know as parents, inshallah, that'll make a huge difference to the way we parent our children.
We touched on grandparents. We touched on the fact that the way we were raised and parented was very different to what's happening in this current stage and age. Obviously, there's going to be, if we have different generations probably living close by to each other, or even if they're far apart, there is still that family contact. How does one deal with the generational differences in parenting styles without creating conflict?
That's easy to navigate if we use the correct communication, skilled communication. If we use skilled communication, for example, I'm just going to say like daughter-in-law. If my daughter-in-law doesn't like me to do ABC for her children, which are now my grandchildren, and I tend to do that. Now, if she has skilled communication, she's going to be able to tell me, Mom, I don't want you to give her too much of sweets. She tends to eat far too much, and then her tummy hurts later on, and so on. So please, can we like not do that, so that we just keep an eye out on how much of sweets she's having. So me as a grandparent, I want to give her more sweets and treats and so on as a show of my love and affection. But if it's done in a beautiful way, where it's done with skilled communication, and then I can understand, okay, this is why she doesn't want certain things. And so when my grandchild comes to me, I can then ask my daughter-in-law, okay, I love giving her chocolate from time to time. Is it okay if I give her a few bits of chocolate? But I will also keep in check that I won't overdo it. And so when the little one comes and she wants chocolate, then I do give it to her. And then if she asks for additional, and then I'll be like, no, my angel, you can't have more now because the sugar bugs are going to take your teeth and so on. Now, if you're doing things like that, your child is not using the parent or grandparent against each other. They're not manipulating. That is the beauty of the relationship then, because you don't want your child to be manipulating in any way or form. And also you don't want them thinking that, oh, it's very nice to go to daddy's house because there's no boundaries there. And then they're resentful towards their parents because there's all the boundaries that the parents set out for them. So these are the things we don't want because we want a wholesome relationship between the parents, the grandparents, and the grandchildren. So you're looking for a wholesome relationship.
And I think you've hit the nail on the head when you talk about mindful conversations with your daughter-in-law or other in-laws who have close contact with the child. Because if you communicate in a respectful and a meaningful way, no offense will be taken, and you both will be on the same page in the best interest of the child, whom both love equally and, just love that child unconditionally. So, yeah, I think that's, these type of workshops are so needed in our families, in our community. So please carry on doing it. Before I let you go, is there anything of interest or anything of importance that you'd like to share with our viewers this morning? And for those people who haven't yet heard about the workshop tomorrow, you can share the details with us once again.
Okay, I would really like more people to book for the workshop. There is a lot of space available. It is, like I said, it's a game changer for the parents and grandparents. If they do come to the workshop, they will see it. And it's such easy things to implement. It's going to be all good then for the grandchildren. That's who we are focusing on. We want good outcomes with them. So again, please, all the ladies in Durban, if you can make it, make yourselves available. I'm not sure when I'm going to come back again, and we're just going to have the one workshop in the morning. There's a lot of space available. It's going to be between 10 and 12, and it's going to be at the Al Ansar Conference Center.
But bookings are essential, and the number is on the pamphlet. For those people who don't have your pamphlet to hand, how else can they go about making a booking?
Basically, the bookings is done through my number is there, and they can just text me. They can just WhatsApp me, text me. It's as easy as just sending me a message, and I'll book a spot for them.
All right. What I'm saying is that let's assume they don't have a pamphlet and they don't have your number. How then do they go about making a booking?
At the bookings at this point is only done through me. I didn't want to burden Al Ansar with the admin work with regards to booking, and this is why I'm not sure if we can give my number on air and then they can book through me.
Of course you can. What happens if people come unannounced? They haven't made a booking, but they come and you do have space at the venue. Would you welcome them in?
Absolutely. Everyone is welcome.
All right, give us that number.
You can fly down today, and then you're also welcome to the Durban.
I'd love to, but I'm working tomorrow as well, unfortunately. Let's get that number, please.
It's it's Fatima Talia, my name. My cell phone number is 082 320 6330. So you can just pop a message to me and I'll book you in.
All right, so it's 08232063330. And if you didn't manage to get that number, please call us here at Salam Media and we'll gladly give you the number. All the best for tomorrow. I know it's going to be a bump of a workshop. You and I will connect up once you get back to Johannesburg. All safe travels as well. And assalamu to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me on the show. And I'm just hoping to have a bumper workshop as you've mentioned.
Inshallah, inshallah. It is exactly 11:34, time for us to move along. Our next guest is, of course, Eva Mpe, Quality Assurance Pharmacist at MediPost. We're going to talk about something we all take for granted and we're always confusing, resulting in us feeling sicker than we actually are. We are going to be looking at allergies versus sinusitis.